all know the portions, right? Yes? Nobody is answering. You all know the portions, right, for end semester exam from my side? Am I audible? Once again, I will repeat. It's social stratification, social change, nursing professionalism, healthcare system and nursing, experiencing sickness, death and dying. This is from my topics. And Dr. Mona also, she shared her topics already with you in same email. So, any doubt you can ask me from your side before I start the revision. Anything else you want to ask to me? No? To display anything in the screen, but I will tell you some questions, so you need to answer from your side. Okay? Tell me okay or no. If you are not answering, so how I know you are here or not? Nobody is here?
Okay, doctor.
Okay. So we will start from death and dying chapter, because that is the file that those chapters which are not dealt in the in your CA. So I will put the question and options. You can answer the question and options. I will not going to display the questions, but you need to listen carefully and answer it. It's like thinking. You have to think and answer. First, let me tell. A resident was told she has cancer and it cannot be treated. She insists that it is wrong. What stage of dying is she in? It's denial, anger, bargaining, depression, or acceptance.
Denial?
Yeah, denial is the answer. Good. The next question is, a resident is terminally ill. She is in severe pain. She blames staff for pain. She complains constantly about waiting for pain pills. She says staff is rough when they turn her. What stage of dying is she in? Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, or acceptance?
Anger?
Anyone else? Any answers? Depression. Any answers? Any more answers? See, I will repeat the question. Yeah, it's anger. I will repeat the question again. Answer is the anger. Because a resident is terminally ill, she is in severe pain. She blames staff for pain. She complains constantly about waiting for pain pills. She says staff is rough when they turn her. What stage of dying? She is in anger. Because she blames the staff for the pain and she starts complaining about waiting for pain and she is irritated. So she is in anger. So the next question is, a resident is terminally ill. He is very quiet. He often finds reading his Quran. One day he says, I just want to see my grandsons graduate. What stage is he in? Answer is,
Bargaining?
Question again. Someone is, yeah, good. It's bargaining. My students are very good, are listening carefully. Bargaining, answer is bargaining. The next is, a terminally ill patient is very sad and has tears in her eyes. What stage is she in? A terminally ill patient is very sad and tears in her eyes. What stage is she in? Yeah, she is in depression. Yeah. Good. And which of the following statement describes social stratification? This is the question, like which of the following statement describes social stratification? The division of society into categories, ranks, or class. Second option is unequal sharing of scarce resources and social rewards. Third option is social structure in which classes are determined by ascribed status. Fourth option is social structure in which classes are determined by achieved status. Last option is modifications of social process, social interaction, or social organization. What will be the options? Yeah, good. First option. Then the second one is, which of the following example can be said to be a closed system? It's a closed system. Social position is based on your economic success. Social position is based on an ascribed status. Social position is based on both work and ascribed status. A social position is based on IQ. Social position is based on wealth. What will be the answer? Closed system. Yes. All are here, right? Ascribed status. The social position is based on the ascribed status is the answer. Because, this is a closed system. So it's a closed system. You have the ascribed status means it is from ancestors. Or it may be like your father, your mother, your grandmother, grandfather. That is like from them, our position will be like, example, caste system. Because however, in which caste the grandmother, grandfather, our ancestors is there, we will be following the same thing, and our offsprings will be following the same thing. It will be the closed system, and we cannot change. If we think that we need to change, we cannot change. So that is the closed system. So if it is an open system, we can change. See, economic status, we can change. Now it may be somebody maybe in the underclass, and they can change to upper class. But in the ascribed status, they cannot change. The same way work. Today they can be in some work, and they can be in another work the next day. So it is like, that is an open system. And IQ. So when the person is in 10th class, their IQ is different. And when the person will come to their university, their IQ is different. So this is the IQ. So it will change. It is an open system. And athletic ability, it will change. Because they will learn and they can change. The person who doesn't know to play football, he can learn to play football, and he can understand, and he can learn later. And he can become a football player. So it will be changed. So that is an open system. So wealth and education. Wealth is same like economic and education. It will be changed. So we can upgrade our education status. So it is changed. It is an open system. So the question is from the closed system. So closed system is this which cannot be changed. And it is like ascribed status. Which of the following example considered to be the closed system? Among this, in the closed system, the ascribed status, which is from the ancestors, which cannot be changed. So that is the ascribed status. I hope you all understood about this. Yes. So the next one is, which of the following system explains the extreme form of inequality? It's extreme form of inequality in which some individuals are owned by others as their property. Options are caste, slavery, class, estate, tribal. Slavery. Yeah. Then the absence of enough money to secure life's necessities is called what? Absence of enough money. You have relative poverty, absolute poverty, generational poverty, situational poverty, rural poverty. Yeah. Absolute poverty. Because this everything is poverty, it's absolute poverty is the correct answer. Which social class people involves in hands-on and often physically demanding works such as landscaping, cooking, cleaning, and building? Yeah, working class people. You have middle class, working class, underclass, lower middle class, and upper class. So it is working class people. Which nursing pioneer is said to be most instrumental in the birth of modern nursing? Nursing pioneer most instrumental in the birth of modern nursing: Clara Barton, Lillian Wald, Lavinia Dock, Florence Nightingale, and Linda Roberts. It's Florence Nightingale. Then, which nursing pioneer organized and implemented hygienic procedures? Florence Nightingale, Clara Barton, Virginia Henderson, Dorothea Dix. Florence Nightingale. Yes. Which regulatory body became the leading institution for advocacy of the nursing profession during the emergence of modern nursing? Options are Emirates Nursing Association, American Nurses Association, World Health Organization, National Health Services, Federal Nursing Agency. Yes, American Nursing Association. That is ANA. ANA is the correct answer. So, which of these following levels of policies will reduce the exposure of disadvantaged people to health damaging factors? Micro level policy, meso level policy, macro level policy, global level policies, subordinate level policies. It's macro level policies. It was given in your notes in an image pattern. The image, it was there. It's macro level. Good. Who among the following is the propounder of cyclical theory of social change? Propounder of cyclical theory of social change: Spencer, Comte, Marx, Spengler, Coser. Propounder means who is the founder. Propounder is nothing but founder. Who among the following is the propounder of cyclical theory of social change? Spencer, Comte, Marx, Spengler, Coser. Nobody knows? Anybody? Yes, it's Spengler, Oswald Spengler. It's Spengler. Spengler is the answer. Oswald Spengler. Which of these below? See, study both names. Don't study only the first name. Study first name and second name. Complete names. Maybe sometimes it is like first name only. Sometimes it will be like second name only. Sometimes it will be with only initials. So once you're studying the names, study completely. Which of these below mentioned statement shows resistance to social change? It means a statement. It is a statement. Okay, change is ambiguous. This question is resistance to social change. Okay, so change is ambiguous. Change is beneficial. Change is economic. Change protects freedom. Change is sustainable. Which one will be the answer? Ambiguous. Which theorist viewed social change in the form of up and rise like a pendulum of clock, which occurs between one situation to another situation? Sorokin, Marx, Arnold, Spengler, Coser. Sorokin. Answer is the Sorokin. It's like up and rise like a pendulum of clock. Answer is Sorokin. Identify the social factor which influences a change in an environment that allows changes in social life. I will repeat the question. Identify the social factor which influence a change in an environment. Influence a change in an environment that allows changes in social life. Demographic, religious, culture, geographical, biological. It's geographical. Yeah, good. Who framed the law of three stages? Who framed the law of three stages? Karl Marx, Herbert Spencer, Auguste Comte, Henry Morgan, Louis A. Coser. Auguste Comte. Yes, Auguste Comte is the answer. So actually these questions are from your CA questions. From your CA you will get 17 or almost 15 questions at least from your CA you will have in your final exam. From my side, it will be like 15 questions to 16 questions. It will be there in the main exam. That's why we want to revise this question. Which of the following option explains the alteration in culture, symbols, rules of behavior, social organization, and value system? Listen the question. Which of the following option explains the alteration in culture, symbols, rules of behavior, social organization, and value system? Answers options as social movement, sociological imagination, social change, social isolation, social stratification. Social change. See, from the question itself, you can get the answer. See, alteration in culture. Alteration means change. So if you read the question carefully, you can answer easily. The questions are not much tough. Which of the following system explains about the universal phenomenon that denotes the group of person having a definite status in the society? Estate, slavery, tribal, caste, class. Class. Yeah, good. Because, this question says about which of the following system explains about universal phenomenon. See, estate is found in some countries. Estate system. Slavery is found in some countries. Tribal system is found in only few countries. Caste system is only found in some Asian countries. The class system is only among this, which is universal. It's found everywhere in the world, the class system. They have the persons like middle class, upper class, and lower class in everywhere. But other options is only in few parts. So if you read the questions carefully, you can answer. That is a class system. And also it has the definite status in the society. If they are in the middle class, they have some definite status. See, for example, if the person is having the specific, you may learn in the specific amount of money they are earning. So they will be under this specific class. So we can group them based on the economic status. So based on that, we can group the class. Wherever it may be, it will be the same. So then, which theory focuses the rise and fall of civilizations and attempts to discover the patterns of growth and decay? See here, rise and fall of civilizations and attempts to discover the patterns of growth and decay. Cyclical, functional, evolutional, conflict, modernization. It's cyclical, good. It's cyclical theory. So, which theory focuses the rise and fall of civilization? It's cyclical. So, we can see like because you can see the rise and fall of civilization and to discover the patterns of growth and decay. So when you find this, you can find easily that it's a cyclical theory. It's growth and decay. Again, when it starts decaying, for example, a plant if you take or any civilization, when it goes decay, it doesn't decay completely. Again, it will go. So that is cyclical. Example, food web. Identify the social factor which facilitates and promotes new ambitions, aspirations, and attitudes of people. Psychological factor, cultural factor, technological factor, demographic factor, biological factor. Yes, good. Psychological factor. You can see here new ambitions, aspirations, and attitudes of the people. It states psychological factor. What trait does Morgan's theory of evaluation explains in barbarism? Bow and arrow, fire, fishing, hunting, Prometheus bands, flaked stone tools, animal domestication. Yes, animal domestication is the answer. Which of the following theory describes that societies operate as homeostatic mechanism? Auburn's theory, Parsons' theory, Sorokin's theory, Toynbee's theory, Spencer's theory. Which theory? Anyone? Yeah, good. Auburn's theory. Auburn's theory. Which social class people tend to pursue careers, own their homes, and travel on vacation? Upper class, upper middle class, lower middle class, lower class, working class. Upper middle class. Yes. Which of the following statement best explains about open class system? Allows movement and interaction between layers and classes, do not permit social relationship between levels, estate slavery and caste system, social state of person that is given from birth, people confined to their ancestral occupations. Which will be the answer? I will repeat the question if you want. Yes, first option. See, best explain about this is the workman system. In the open system, you have the definition like, see, movement and interaction between layers and classes. So this question is open class. First, we have one question like closed system. That is the ascribed status. We cannot move or there will not be interaction between the layers or classes. Between the layers. So that is from ascribed status. That is in the open, that is a closed system. So when we come to the open system, we can allow movement and interaction between layers and classes. Which of the following system is characterized by endogamy and hereditary transmission of a style of life? Open system, class system, caste system, slavery, and estate. Which one will be the answer? So I will repeat the question once again. Which of the following system is characterized by endogamy and hereditary transmission of a style of life? Open system, class system, caste system, slavery, and estate. Endogamy and hereditary transmission. Already I told about just before. Ascribed status from the ancestors. Hereditary. Which one will be from this? Hereditary. Yes, it's a caste system. It's a caste system. According to Herbert Spencer, society was like a living organism in that it will evolve and change over time. Which doctrine he depends? Marxism, socialism, social Darwinism, solidarism, structural functionalism. According to Herbert Spencer, society was like a living organism in that it will evolve and change over time. Which doctrine he depends? Marxism, socialism, social Darwinism, solidarism, structural functionalism. Darwinism. This is a theoretical aspect. You need to study this one. Who among the following describes the challenge and response theory of social change? William Fielding, Herbert Spencer, Arnold J. Toynbee, Henry Morgan, Lewis Althusser. Arnold Toynbee is the answer. Good. So the next question, listen carefully. A client states, heart disease runs in our family. My blood pressure has been high. The nurse determined that this is an example of the client's options are risk factor, active strategy, negative health behavior, health beliefs, comorbidity. I will repeat the question once again. This is a scenario question. This is like a critical thinking question. The client states, heart disease runs in our family. My blood pressure has been high. The nurse determines that this is an example of the client's risk factor. This is clients, that is a question. Up till clients is a question. Then options are risk factors, active strategy, negative health behavior, health beliefs, comorbidity. Any answers? Any other answer? Yes, this is a risk factor because when she collects the history, it says heart disease is there in the family. Already he has blood pressure, but his family has heart disease. So this is a risk factor. Next, the client received a kidney transplant and is now unable to work. She is worried about her husband's stress level because of her illness and need for him to take over her daily activities in the home. The client is in the process of adapting to a change in options or body image, illness behavior, family dynamics, self-concept, behavior, and emotional change. You want to repeat the question? Okay, I will repeat the question again. Listen carefully. The client received a kidney transplant and he is now unable to work. She is worried about her husband's stress level because of her illness and the need for him to take over her daily activities in the home. The client is in the process of adapting to a change in body image, illness behavior, family dynamics, self-concept, behavior, and emotional change. Which will be the option? Any other option? Anybody else? I will repeat the question once again. Read the questions carefully. Okay, I'm not displaying the questions, but I'm reading it out once again. Just listen carefully. The client received a kidney transplant and is now unable to work. Okay, she is worried about her husband's stress level because of her illness and the need for him to take over her daily activities in the home. The client is in the process of adapting to a change in options are body image, illness behavior, family dynamics, self-concept, behavior, and emotional change. Here is like she's worried about his stress level and the responsibilities he's going to take on over in the family, including the household activities. So what will be the option? Still no. Why need to be in the body image? Why family dynamics? Can you explain, Ahmed Salama, why you chose this family dynamic? Ahmed Salama. Okay, because she is stressed about her family and also she's worried that her husband has to take care of her family, of the family, including her roles. So there is a change in family dynamics. See, this is because she is the one who need to take care of the family in the household activities and cooking and all those things. But now the role is changing because she is sick and she cannot go to the household activities. So her husband has to take care of his work as well the family. So that's why builders have created change in the family. So that is the family dynamics. So answer will be the family dynamics. Good. So like this, you have questions in your final exam in your end semester. This is I am giving some examples. So read the question carefully before you write. So next one, expressing feelings in a positive way is an example of which health dimension? See, expressing feelings in a positive way is an example of which health dimension? Options are social, physical, emotional, spiritual, cultural. Options: social, physical, emotional, spiritual, cultural. Question is expressing feelings in a positive way. Options are social, physical, emotional, spiritual, cultural. It's emotional. There is no mental. Mental is different. Emotional is different. Mental is different. Mental is like self-esteem. It deals about self-esteem. And their judgment and self-esteem, those things. But emotion is deal about feelings. So both are different. So one more is nurse manager will motivate her subordinates and provide with an incentive for their performance based on the criteria. Which type of power would you identify? Options are expert power, reward power, coercive power, legitimate power, referent power. I will repeat the question. Nurse manager will motivate her subordinates and provide with the incentive for their performance based on the provided criteria. Which type of power would she apply here? Options are expert power, reward power, coercive power, legitimate power, referent power. Yeah, good. Reward power is the answer. Reward power. See, why? Because expert power means it's based on the knowledge. Reward power means like she has the power to give the promotion or incentives based on the performance. That is the reward. In case of coercive means it's like if someone make mistake, they will punish them. They have the rights to punish. So that is the coercive power. Legitimate power means it's a legal power. For example, some is legally authorized to do something. That is legitimate power. Referent power means that is influential power. That's inspiring others. He is inspiring others. That is the referent power. It's like referent power comes like a leadership roles. It's like we like a specific leader. We like his power. So that is the referent power. So here the question is providing the incentive for the performance. So she has the power to reward. So that is the reward power. So then, which of the following would be defined as direct care to health and disease needs of individual and health of communities? This healthcare options are healthcare governance, healthcare system, healthcare services, healthcare financing, healthcare resources. Once again, I repeat the question. Which of the following would be defined as direct care to health and disease needs of the individual and health of communities? See, question is the direct care to the health and disease needs of individual and health of communities. It includes individual and communities. Okay, listen the question carefully. So next options are healthcare governance, healthcare system, healthcare services, healthcare financing, healthcare resources. These are the options. The question is, listen this part. Direct care to health and disease needs. Direct care to individual and communities. Who is responsible from the below options? Yeah, good, Nasiba. Healthcare services. Healthcare services is answered because healthcare governance is like they include the whole, not only the individual and community. They will include the whole. They govern they create policies and they have so many responsibilities. Healthcare system is the main thing. Below the healthcare system, only you have the governance, services, financing, resources, all these things. So healthcare financing, they provide only budget. Healthcare resources, they provide only the resources. For example, they provide the human resources. For example, they can allocate nurses, they can allocate doctors, those terms. That is healthcare resources. So healthcare services, they have the responsibility to provide the direct care who are in need, each individual and communities. So that is healthcare services. So, who introduced the 5 stages of grief? Karl Marx, Florence Nightingale, Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, Herbert Spencer, Henry Morgan. Yeah, Kubler-Ross. So, next, this is the last question. Which among the following describes the services and interventions that span the spectrum of promotive, preventive, curative, rehabilitative, palliative, and social care in first level and specialized care of services and are coherent with the person's life course? So I will repeat the question once again. Which among the following describes the services and interventions that span the spectrum of, see, what are the spectrum it includes? Just listen carefully. Promotive, preventive, curative, rehabilitative, palliative, and social care in first level and specialized care of services and are coherent with person's life course. So options includes integrated care, comprehensive care, continuity of care, hospice care, holistic care. What will be the option? Yes, good. It is comprehensive because it includes all: promotive, preventive, curative, rehabilitative, palliative, social care in first level and in also specialized care. So this is comprehensive. Good. So I hope you all had some idea about how will be the questions in your final end semester. Am I right? Yes. Actually, you need to read properly, study well. I have given some examples. You have like these type of questions. So come to the exam hall on time. So I know that you have 20 minutes of grace time. Like if your exam start at 11, you can come before 11:20. But don't wait for that. If you wait, you will miss the time for completing your exam. Like you need to read carefully the questions. Without reading the questions carefully, you cannot answer easily. So you need to read the questions carefully and you need to answer it. So come on time to the exam hall to answer properly. Okay? Okay. All the best. Take care. Enjoy the weekend and study well. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor.
Okay, take care.
You too.